Today I want to break down the latest development in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I want to do it in a way every ordinary person can understand. Because what just happened is not a small mistake or a minor delay. It is another example of how the system continues to frustrate a man who has been denied justice again and again. At the center of everything is a simple request. Nnamdi Kanu asked to be transferred from Sokoto prison back to Abuja or somewhere closer so he can properly prepare for his appeal. This request was not unreasonable. It was not illegal. It wasn't even special. It was a basic human and legal right. But instead of addressing the real issue, the entire process collapsed because of a single technicality. A technicality that could have been handled in 5 minutes. The motion was rejected because it was filed by his brother, who is not a lawyer. That's all. That tiny procedural detail was enough to stop everything. The judge made it clear, no matter the urgency, no matter the distance, no matter the implications, the court would not even listen unless the application came from a licensed lawyer. And while in normal situations that rule makes sense, in a case as critical as this, it becomes obvious how easily procedure can be used to delay justice. This is what people do not understand. A small delay in an ordinary case is just a delay. But in a high-profile case like this, a small delay becomes a weapon. A simple technical mistake becomes a roadblock. A procedural standstill becomes a tool to waste time while a man remains in harsh conditions far away from his family, his doctors, and his legal team. And this brings us to the real issue, the Sokoto problem. Nnamdi Kanu is being held over 700 kilometers away from Abuja. That distance alone is enough to cripple the entire appeal process. His lawyers are in Abuja. His family is in Abuja. The court system he needs to follow up with is in Abuja. To travel to the Sokoto prison requires money, time, risk, and energy that most families simply do not have. The road is long, dangerous, and expensive. The cost of the journey alone is enough to break even a strong family. So the question becomes, why was he taken so far? Why Sokoto, of all places? Why a facility so distant that even the basic act of visitation becomes almost impossible? Some say it was for security reasons, but even that explanation makes people raise their eyebrows. Because no matter how you look at it, the effect is the same. Extreme distance makes legal preparation almost impossible, and it keeps him isolated from those who need to be close during his appeal. This is why many of his supporters believe this is more than procedure. They see it as obstruction. They see it as a way to slow the process, stretch it out, weaken morale, and make justice harder to reach. They see it as a system that knows exactly what it's doing, hiding behind paperwork while avoiding the real question. Why is this man still being denied fair treatment? Everything that happened with this transfer request has become a mirror reflecting a bigger national problem. Nigeria's justice system struggles to balance strict procedure with the needs of high-profile cases. And when a system is too rigid, when it cares more about process than fairness, innocent people suffer. This moment has also opened old wounds. It has created tension between the government, the supporters, the courts, and human rights groups. Each side is watching the other. Each side is waiting to see what happens next. And all of this pressure now sits on a single date, January 27, 2026. That is the new hearing date. But everything depends on one thing: proper legal representation. If the right lawyer files the application, the court will finally hear the transfer request. And from there, 2 possible futures exist. Scenario 1. The transfer is granted. Kanu is moved closer to Abuja. His appeal becomes smoother. His lawyers gain access. Everything becomes clearer, faster, and more transparent. Scenario 2. The transfer is denied again, and then the entire affair begins another long journey through appeal after appeal, motion after motion, delay after delay, while he remains locked hundreds of kilometers away, struggling to prepare for the biggest legal battle of his life.